how about your Utah Jazz last night? 126-103. And Lauri Markkanen is a stud. The finisher went absolutely berserk last night, 6 of 8 from 3. As you see on the screen, he puts up 34 points. Like, this guy is your star player. And I know he's no Ochai Agbaji, but he'll do. The question is, should the Utah Jazz be buyers or sellers at the deadline? And I know we tend to get excited about this stuff, Jake, and Lauri Markkanen's back, and he played really well. If you're Danny Ainge, what are you doing at the deadline?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still selling, and I'm still creating the team that needs to be created here. I mean, you know, the reality of the situation is you did have a good night last night, but none of the main guys for the Clippers were playing. So, you know, it was not a surprise that you rolled this team. And I think that it was a lot of fun to watch that game. I had a good time watching that game. I think there's a lot of great storylines out of it. You know, you knew you were in for a long night as soon as Lauri hit that corner three, you know, like a minute into the game on his second shot. Like, you knew that it was going to be one of those nights. But I think, you know, if we step back and really take a look at this thing, like, the reality is there's still a lot of work to be done here. And yeah, you did throttle a Clippers team that was injured and basically resting their guys.
But see, I don't even care about that.
Well, I care about that because there's no way in hell they're beating the Clippers straight up. If Kawhi and Paul George are playing, you're not beating the Clippers.
Look, Stormcloud. I don't know what happened to you.
If we're gonna ask the question, should they buy or sell at the deadline, we can't also then be like, well, no, they should buy because they beat up on a hurt Clipper team.
I'm here today. The Jazz are 500 again at 24-24. They're 6th in the West. You know, the finisher, like, I mean,
this should happen.
You know, Mike Conley, Ochai, you know, free chicken. Walker Kessler with another double-double. Like, I'm here for all this. And you're like, sorry, bud, time to make it rain.
Well,
Jazz sucks, so do the Clippers.
Listen, if you're gonna
trade them all.
If you're going to roll out with, should we buy or sell at the deadline? You know, you got to keep it real. You should be selling at the deadline.
Well, listen, obviously I agree with you. I think the Jazz should be sellers at the deadline. But there is something unique about this club. It is fun to watch this team. You know, they're a 500 team, as I said, after 48 games. It's nothing to write home about. This isn't going to be a historic team performance-wise, but there's something fun about this team where you actually look forward to games, where you're excited to see them play. Like, you know, Brooklyn's coming into town on Friday night, and Chaboy ain't going to play Kevin Durant. Wouldn't you expect the Jazz to win that game? I would.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to that. And for my money, I think it's one of those situations where it just doesn't matter, bro. Like, they won the game. They're winning games. They're in a playoff spot.
You know.
And you should be sellers, because I'm the guy who also tells you as Jazz fans, don't get emotionally invested in these guys. Right, Austin Napierski, our guy we took to the game.
Yeah,
I was telling him, you got to get a John Stockton retro jersey if that's your flavor, because you're not getting a Mike Conley jersey, or, you know, and to steal the legendary Holly Rose terminology,
right.
Malik Threesley.
Oh,
right,
excuse
you know,
me,
like,
it's no longer Beastly, it's Threesley. Sorry, my bad.
You know, but you can't get emotionally invested in this team. But this was a fun win.
It was.
You know, like,
it was.
You know, the funny thing is, Lauri Markkanen has 24 in the first half, and Teddy Wayman, our favorite listener, Teddy Wayman's dreams of winning a bet died. And it was awesome that they died in such unbelievable fashion because Lauri Markkanen's back. He's a true superstar. That dunk he had, oh my God, Ivica Zubac's soul left the building.
Yep.
That was a great moment. And the thing that I feel like when I watch this team is it's fun to watch this team. And I know they're 500. I know they're 6th in the West. I know that if they lose Friday, they'll be like 12th in the West. We get it.
Yeah.
But it's fun to watch this team.
Yes.
And I think if you're a Jazz fan, it's easy to get caught up in the minutia of, hey, we're winning. Let's go get a vet. And, you know, no.
Yes.
No. Let's not do that. Trade Clarkson, Beasley. The only untouchable on this team is Lauri Markkanen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ochai.
No.
Sorry. My
no,
bad.
I actually have sense about myself. I know that Ochai's not untouchable. Lauri Markkanen is the only untouchable on this team.
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree with everything you said. Like, it was a fun win last night. I have to agree. As I said yesterday, Ochai is not an untouchable. He is someone that, again, I'm just going to keep saying, if you want Ochai, you're going to have to overpay a little bit, not a lot of it, but a little bit. You're going to have to be willing to skew that value towards the Jazz more than towards yourself. Because I believe that Ochai is someone that is going to turn into a really elite defender at his position, and I think he's going to knock down the three from the corner at a really high percentage. And those guys, there's a lot of knock it down from the corner at a high percentage guys. There's not a lot of elite defender and shoot it at a high percentage guys. So to me, that's why I'm a little resistant to give him up. But yeah, I mean, I think generally speaking, Lauri's the only untouchable. I don't think that Ochai certainly is untouchable, but I would like to see him here for the next, 2 years or whatever. Like, I'd like to see him.
Ochai Agbaji?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Like, what are we going to name Ochai? Is it just Ochai? Is that it?
Buckets Ochai?
Stop. Do not compare the two. I think it's Agbaji.
Agbaji.
That's what I think it is. That block was bougie.
Yeah, it was.
That was
perfectly timed. I mean, to me,
God.
To meet Buddy at the highest point and get the block and like it just, what more can you ask? Like it's exactly what you want.
And the other thing that I wanted to say, and I do want to get to comments early here because I know you guys are excited about this win, but the other thing that I would say is, isn't this the way that this game should have gone down? So sure, you're without your best players. Okay, great. Clippers were injured. Okay, great. The Jazz won by 23 points.
Yeah.
They led wire to wire. They were never in danger of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Like, they were never in danger of that. That's exactly how this game should have gone down.
Yeah.
And what I think you're seeing is that when you have your full complement of players, and they essentially did last night, there's just no reason this team can't win every game they play. And I know that sounds outlandish.
Yeah.
But I think you should expect them to beat Brooklyn on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, no KD, like, you're facing a Brooklyn team that obviously has some injury issues. I would expect a similar result. Now, I will also say that Brooklyn team happens to have a lot more grit and fight in them, in my opinion, than this Clippers team did last night. So I don't think you're beating them by 23.
No, what you mean is Brooklyn will actually make an effort and defend?
Yeah. Like you're not going to get a lot of those easy transition buckets.
You're not dunking on Claxton.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're going to get a lot of fight out of Brooklyn. So that'll be a closer game. But look, I think the Jazz I can't remember the stat, but they've been in a bunch of, 5-point or less games where they've been right there and just don't know how to finish or don't have the talent to close the game or whatever the case may be. And I think a lot of Jazz fans are like, well, if we're close, why don't we just add to this roster and get someone to put us over the top? And it's like, yeah, you could do that, but that's not going to get you to the championship level that you need to get to. You need to build a team around Lauri that really is complete, that can win games in a lot of different ways, because that's ultimately the true test in the league. It's not about whether you can 3-and-D every single night. It's about whether you can 3-and-D one night and then another night you can play a physical game inside, and then another night you can win a defensive struggle. Like that's what the NBA is about. So to me, this team, when they play fast, they're tougher to beat. The Jazz are tougher to beat when they play fast. But the problem is that the inconsistencies that we've seen for most of the year are going to show up. They always do. And you're going to have stretches where you'll win 5 in a row and you'll be like, okay, maybe we should be buyers at the deadline. No, you need to stay committed to the plan. Stay committed to the path. Stay committed to the plan. Don't go reaching into the cookie jar and just do what you need to do. And if you do that, Danny Ainge, buddy, will have a successful run here with the Jazz.
Yeah, and before we move on to what you guys think this morning, I just want to show you this picture of Markkanen's poster. Look at Buddy getting dunked on. Look at Ivica Zubac's face.
Nice face, bro. Nice face.
This is forever your legacy with Lauri Markkanen now. Like, that's what Lauri Markkanen did to you.
Yeah.
He dunked up in your face.
By the way, nice little armband you got going on there, too. That didn't save
hey,
you.
he sweats hard, occasionally.
Look
I just love the look on his face. And if you just focus on his face, the best part is, I don't know if you didn't know that he was getting dunked on. If you did not know that he was getting dunked on, what do you think he would be doing?
Leaning.
And you know where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going with this. If you did not know that Ivica Zubac is getting dunked on right there, what would you think he is doing right there? He's burning a deuce, bro. And I know that's been the theme of the show this week. But tell me he is not pushing one out. You know he is.
Oh, my God, dude.
That's amazing.
Bro.
You're welcome. This is what we do for you.
Tell me he's not pushing one out.
Tell me he's not. Look at that face. Look at that face and tell me he's not pushing one out. Because there's no other explanation. That or he is lighting one of the most unbelievable farts anybody has ever heard.
Well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, I feel better.
Good.
I'm more of an adult now. Jazz win last night. Your thoughts, Steve Hambone. Good morning. Nice to have Lauri back. The understatement of the year. Nice to have Lauri back. Tanner Plummer, good morning to you. My favorite YouTube hacks.
That's right. That's us.
Thank
That's
you.
us. You know.
Kurt Myers, how the heck are you? Hibbs says Lauri is fun to watch. Could easily compete in a dunk contest and 3-point shootout next month.
Well, I don't know about no dunk contest. I mean, he can dunk in the game and he can posterize guys.
Lauri Bird.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Lauri Bird comparisons.
Larry Markkanen.
Yeah, come on.
I love that people are using that. Maury, good morning from Florida. Morning, my guys. Working early today, so I will catch the broadcast afterwards. All right, Maury, we appreciate you, bud.
Appreciate you.
NY Monty fan, how the heck are you? Always good. Always a good morning when the Jazz win. Who else has Ochai fever?
Hey.
Don't they make a cream for that, NY Monty fan?
Don't.
I believe
No,
they do.
don't.
Kanai Johnson, how the heck are you? Top of the morning, fellas. The finisher keeps putting people on posters. Love his all-around game, dude. I mean, it's one of the better dunks we've seen this year.
Yeah, it's real, bro.
It is one of the best. And you know what I love about a good dunk has to have authority in it.
Yes.
It can't just be, just made it over the rim in the foul.
Yeah.
When you put a guy on a poster like that and you take his soul,
I'm for real.
you need to, it needs to be jaw level, like aggression.
I'm for real.
Like, I am going to rip the rim off the backboard. That's what I loved about that from Lauri last night. Like, I totally agree, KJ. Like, that was
incredible.
My God, that was a dunk. Like that I think that is that the best dunk of the year for the Jazz?
Probably.
It's got to be right there.
Yeah.
It's got to be right there. Mike Elway. Hey, Mike, how's John? Hello, guys. The best of the best father-son duel, hands down. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lopes fan Gabe, what's up? Good morning to you. Teddy Wayman, so sorry. Not sorry about the bet last night. Teddy,
let's go.
Maybe Teddy becomes our guy and he gives us if you were, because nobody in the state of Utah gambles or bets on, you can't do that here.
Yeah, you don't, listen to me. I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to me. You don't gamble in Utah.
No, but
you take positions.
That's right.
In Utah.
And Teddy, he works for Wayman Brothers Construction. I mean, they're the biggest construction company, like contractor in the world.
Dilly.
Yeah, Teddy flies his private jet to Vegas.
Right.
He doesn't go to no Wendover.
He doesn't gamble.
He
in
doesn't
Utah.
go to no Bendover, Nevada. He goes to Lost Wages.
Yeah.
I said Bendover.
Yeah, Bendover.
Anyway, the
Right.
point is he goes to Las Vegas on the Wayman Brothers, custom jet.
Right.
And stuff. So maybe we need a Teddy Wayman position. No, that comes out wrong. Maybe we need a Teddy Wayman. Wow. Okay, let's move on. Forrest G, how the heck are you? Let's go. Utah Jazz, my guy Ochai. All of a sudden, Ochai's everybody's guy.
Let's go.
I love it, Forrest. Yusuf, good morning to you. Hey, everybody. Anton, want to hear something crazy? That was the first game this season the Jazz led from start to finish. Really? I was unaware of that. That's awesome. Mr. Preston, good morning. Forrest G also says Michael Conley was absolutely brilliant last night. Reed's laser beam passes and shooting were good. They shot the lights out.
Yeah. I mean,
Lauri on his own.
59.5% as a team.
Lauri on his own, 6 of 8. I believe they were 19 of 32.
19 of 32 as a team, 59.5%.
Troy Cushing, my guy, what's up? Tyler P, how the heck are you? So Lauri is top 5 in Raptor ranks now.
Okay, first of all, I don't know what Raptor
What
ranks
is a Raptor rank right now?
With all due respect.
I don't know. Lauri's a hell of a player. And one of the things we were talking about in our meeting this morning was,
behind the scenes.
Hey, what do the Jazz need to add to Lauri Markkanen to become a legitimate contender? And my argument is I don't know that there's a whole lot from a star power that they need to add. And I mean, obviously yesterday, one of the bigger stories, and Jazz fans freaked out about it, was, this story with Rui Hachimura being traded by Washington, and immediately people are like, Jazz. I can tell you I heard over the summer that was a name that was being thrown around. I did not hear yesterday that the Jazz were one of the teams pursuing. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, do you like Hachimura? Like, where are you at with that?
He's okay. I don't think he's good enough to warrant trading for him. I look at Mitchell Robinson, and I say, okay, hey, this guy is a little raw from a skill set perspective, right?
Yes.
He's a little bit of a guy who needs some development, needs some polishing. But what I like about him is he's got game. Like, he can run, he's athletic, he's got good sense offensively, even defensively. He's, usually in the right spot at the right time. Real good about blocking shots when the opportunity's presented. So to me, if I'm trading for a big, it's going to have to be someone who is similar to Walker in the sense that they're athletic, they can run the floor really well. Like, they play that similar style. They're just better than Kessler is now. That's what it's going to have to be if I'm trading for a big. But like, Rui Hachimura just doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying he sucks, but it's not like the guy is lighting the world on fire or anything. It's not like the guy is one of the best bigs in the league. So that's why I say I'm not all about him.
I'm not excited. I would not trade for him. Frankly, I think obviously, from a power forward perspective, I mean, Rui is a physically 6'8", 230. But again, I'm all in on John Collins. I mean, and watching some of the Atlanta game last night, I don't know how many people paid attention to that. They were in a shootout with Dallas, who, frankly, I know this is breaking news, and this is going to shock some people. The Dallas Mavericks are terrible defensively.
What?
They don't guard nobody.
What are you talking about, man?
John Collins last night actually played pretty well. 8 of 14, 3 of 5 from 3 last night, 19 points, 5 boards, 3 dimes. To me, John Collins is a guy with a far greater upside. And as far as the Utah Jazz are concerned, I think he's a guy that fits much better on a championship roster than does Rui Hachimura. And I obviously I've spent a lot more time digging into John Collins' game and his upside. I just think his upside is star player. I think
he's much more explosive. That's the reality of it. The guy can jump out of the gym, and he wants to be that kind of player. And to me, like, Rui is just a more traditional big. He just is, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when I look at, like, if I'm going to compare him to John Collins, John Collins isn't an amazing defender or anything. Like, he needs to work on that part of his game. But you can, to me, you can just see how John's game translates to what the Utah Jazz do. Like, you can just see it. You can see he's fast, he's mobile, he's really, really, really good in the pick and roll game. Like, that is really the bread and butter of John Collins' game. And yeah, he can shoot it. And that to me is when we talk about, hey, like, how can we help Lauri? How can we build a roster around Lauri? Well, Lauri needs time and space. If you give the guy space, he's going to dominate you. If you give him, a wing, like if you give him that, like a side of the floor to kind of operate in, and the rest of your offense is sort of off to the side, like he's going to dominate. So to me, I look at John Collins and I say that's why you should be attracted to him. Not because he's like some amazing player, but he fits in what Will Hardy likes to do and what they're already doing on the floor. So to me, it makes sense.
Yeah, and I just don't know. And again, this is just me. If you're a seller at the deadline, adding a guy that's so wildly inconsistent from a performance standpoint in Rui Hachimura just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And yes, he shoots the three well. I agree with that. Offensively, he's probably got a little bit deeper of a bag, a skill set than John does, but I'm just a John Collins guy over Rui Hachimura. I think much like Walker Kessler, because I think if you start Walker Kessler, he's a double-double guy. I mean, if he's your starting five every single night, I think Walker Kessler's a double-double guy. I look at John Collins very much the same, but John Collins to me has 15 and 15 potential. He's a guy that can have a big rebound night. He's a 20 rebound a night guy. Mm-hmm. You know, like he's going to probably be, you know, a 15, 17, 10, 12 rebound guy, but I could absolutely see him being a guy that, you know, once a month is going to give you 20 boards a game. He's a guy that can give you 2 or 3 3-point shots a game. He's a guy, though, that has to get better defensively, and he can. I don't know what Rui Hachimura's greatest asset to this team would be, because I think you have a lot of that guy already on the roster.
Yeah.
And I also don't think, by the way, that Rui brings the physicality that I want in my power forward. Because in today's NBA, I need a guy that can both impact you offensively from the 4 and defend the 4. Because we talk so much about, you know, Karl Anthony Towns is probably the best example of a guy that wants to be a 4, not a 5. Well, you forgot you got to defend the 4 too. And you do in this league have to have somebody that can defend the 4 and sag and help defend the dominant wing players, the 2s and 3s in this league. I think John Collins can be that guy. I truly do. So I would love your thoughts on Rui Hachimura. As Jazz fans, are you excited about that? I don't know. It would be, you know, I wonder what. I just am not excited about Rui at all. That doesn't get me moving a little bit. Yusuf says Collins seems to be a problem-free fit. A problem-free fit. The thing that worries you about John Collins is he does not defend well. If we're being honest, he does not defend well.
Yeah.
But I don't need a rim protector. I have that in Lauri Markkanen or in Walker Kessler.
Yeah.
What I need is somebody that can keep his man in front of him. I don't need a lockdown, shutdown defender. I need a guy who can simply be even.
Don't be a liability.
Don't be a negative defensively. Just be even or positive.
Yeah.
That's all you need. So, you know, Jesus Christ destroys Marxism. Says Dallas without D is Alice. Utah loves Kessler. He's got a future here.
Okay, I'm not really.
I have no idea where you're going with that.
I'm not keeping up with the joke.
Let's see. Raptor is a measure the number of points a player contributes to a team offense and team defense. Per 100. Yeah. Relative to the league average of player. I understand what you're saying. MY Monty fan says, give me some Johnny Collins and DeAndre Ayton, maybe even throw in a Saudi stooge. I'm a huge believer that the Utah Jazz should be doing everything they can do to get Mitchell Robinson and less Mitchell Robinson, but certainly more DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
I think DeAndre Ayton is a lovely compliment to Lauri Markkanen. And I think, sure, he's making good bread, but he's not making so much bread that you can't add a true wing contributor.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that I would love to see that. And frankly, if you're asking me to pick between, hey, are you going to target DeAndre Ayton or John Collins? I'm taking DeAndre Ayton all day long just because of the jump shot. Just because of the ease of offense. Again, he's another guy that's got to get better defensively. He's another guy that's got to learn to catch the ball, especially in traffic.
Yeah. But
DeAndre Ayton has a very easy way on the jump shot. Like the free throw line jumper, the elbow jumper. DeAndre Ayton is there. He's a good, not great rebounder. He is not mean, which is something you don't like, and you're never going to teach DeAndre Ayton to be mean-spirited. But what DeAndre Ayton does offensively, I don't know how you don't like it. And I don't know how you don't want to see DeAndre Ayton on the Jazz. You have him, Lauri, and then you find a dynamic wing player, And all of a sudden, this is a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
Because I also think you have guys, and here's an Ochai thing.
Right.
You have guys who can grow into, your fourth and fifth best player. You have that guy. You have guys on this team right now. Like, what is Colin Sexton's upside? Is he ever your starting point guard?
I mean, I think it depends.
I don't know about that.
I think he's got that potential, but what his game caters more to is six man. I mean, that like coming off the bench, bringing. I
agree with that.
Like, that's the way he plays. And, Colin is much more of a firecracker, much more that high energy, just coming off the bench and just blasting the game for, 7-8 minutes and then taking a seat and coming back. That's what his game caters to. The problem is that he's a really good defender and you want him out there for more than 15 minutes. Like, you need him out there for 20, 25, maybe even 30 minutes a night. And I think that the thing that Colin's got to figure out is the balance between defending 94 feet and getting this team into its offensive set and being, more of that traditional point guard.
The thing that worries me about Colin Sexton is his basketball intelligence. Mm-hmm. And when I say, I have no doubt that every possession he can get the ball at the rim. Does it go in? Does it not? Okay, we'll figure that out. But that's not what you need from him. What you need from him is good situational awareness.
Yeah.
Where are we? What are we trying to accomplish here? What is the best thing for me to do right now to get us a bucket? And it's not always attack the basket. It's not always pull up for three. A lot of times it's make the extra pass because Lauri Markkanen's standing by himself on the wing. Or whatever that might be. Find Walker Kessler cutting through the paint.
Yeah.
And too many times Colin Sexton doesn't do that.
Yeah, and that's where I think the Mike Conley thing, hopefully before Mike is not on this team anymore, Colin Sexton learns a little bit of that situational awareness from Mike. Because I think Mike does a great job of that, where Mike understands, all right, I know the score, I know how much time is left in this game, or like where we're at in the game. I know who I'm playing with and what their matchup is. What do we want to do here? I know that Will just called this particular set, so I need to go and do this. And how can I put within that set? How can I put Walker Kessler in the best position to score in the pick and roll, or what do we need to do here? And that's where I think that comes with time. Like, I think Colin has played enough games to be effective in the league, but he hasn't played enough games to dominate possession by possession mentally, and that's where I think you have a lot of development. Well, and we're seeing that with Ochai. Like, that's where. Like, a lot of people with Ochai, the reason I like Ochai is mentally he's catching up, which is why you're seeing him make more plays.
Yes.
Like, the first couple of weeks he was up, the game was just too fast for him. But now he's starting to pick it up mentally, and you just start to see he gets it. Like, on that block, if you watch the play again, you'll notice he's not just running as hard as he can the entire time down the floor. He knew as soon as he crossed half court that he was going to block this guy. He's like, all right, I'm not going to try and get in front of this guy. I want to try and block this guy. I want to try and prevent him from scoring. And so he slows up. And that's what I mean by identify the situation, that because the game isn't too fast for you. So I'd love to see that, a little bit of that nuance in Colin Sexton as well.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. What's up, Arlington Bears? Happy 51st birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Stogie fools.
What are you smoking today?
You guy, old man thing.
What are you smoking today, bro?
Yeah, 1 month from today, I'll be 50, so I ain't far behind you. Chris Karn, the first member of the Monty Show.
Yep.
He was the first one to join our membership group. He's been one of our long times.
Auto bid into the birthday bash
on March 10th. So, hey, man, happy birthday, Chris Karn. Good to see you. By the way, and again, I would tell you, I would highly encourage you to become a member of the program. Right after you hit the like button right now, I would highly encourage you to become a member of the program. Because I think what you're going to see is that you are going to love the group chat. And it is, I used to say, hey, the exclusive inside information is the stuff that you want. Nah, bro. I'm telling you that the Instagram membership group is what you're after.
Yeah.
With your $9.99 a month buys you a community program. And you know what? It's great. This cold plunge, cold bath stuff that we've been talking about, The support that's been going on and guys sharing pictures and
Like yesterday, I think it was, and forgive me if I get this wrong, I think it was James Baca, who did his first plunge.
Yep.
I think it was.
Teddy Wayman putting a picture of 34.5-degree water.
Dude, Teddy Wayman's different, bro. Teddy Wayman's got a tub out back in the middle of winter that he's sitting in. That's a different level of commitment right there,
dude.
bro.
You ain't
That's
kidding.
different.
Tanner Plummer says, Mont, you didn't hold up your end of the deal with Teddy. Shame. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean, dude?
How have I not held up my end of the deal?
We haven't even seen Teddy.
How
are we?
So Teddy and I had a bet. I don't remember on what game. It was
on Dallas.
The Jags game.
The
Jags game.
Jags and Herbert.
Yeah, Sex Machine lost that game, so I owe Teddy Papa Murphy's Pizza.
We just haven't seen him,
I haven't
bro.
seen him. How am I not holding up my end of the bargain?
Yeah, like how is he welching on the bet when he hasn't even seen him?
Teddy laughs. Big Dog O-Town says, Conley performed well against his new team last night. Yes, he did. I thought Mike had one of his better games this season last night.
You see what he did there?
Yeah, his new team, the Clippers.
His new team, yeah, because he's going to get traded to the Clippers.
Yeah.
See what he did there?
We'll see. I hope he does. Miko Tuomainen.
So, dude.
I believe I believe you play the right wing for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, your name is Miko. That's it.
Says good afternoon from Helsinki, Finland.
Finland, I'm telling you.
I like it. How's your snow in Finland? Great effort from Lauri, and it was nice to see how people in Utah gave respect to the head coach of the Finnish national team. Okay.
See what he did there? Because Lauri's so good, he's coaching the Finnish national team.
No, what they were saying, what he was talking about, I think he was meaning the Jazz broadcast, credited the Euro tournament with the development. Like, this is a thing for me. Lauri Markkanen, I'm sure, grew during the Eurobasket tournament. Lauri Markkanen did not become the player he is today because he played for the Finnish national team.
Yeah.
As, again, a Chicago Bulls fan,
right,
I have followed Lauri's career. It is a mentality that he changed. And he was doing work before the Euro and after the Euro. He is attacking the basket. Lauri Markkanen, early in his career, was too easy to settle for the jumper. That was it. He was not a difficult defend. He was not a hard guy to defend in Cleveland and Chicago.
Yeah.
He's gotten here, and they have put him on absolute alpha male, attack the basket, and, end of Ivica Zubac's career. Like, put that man on a poster and twist his face up, and let's go about our business. By the way, the All-Star voting's coming to an end. If you haven't, it's amazing to me that so many Jazz fans are not voting for the All-Star game. You got to get after it.
Yeah.
You got to get after it. Yes, the broadcast did talk about the Finnish national team. Absolutely, they did. Tanner says, oh, my bad. I thought you said that you're holding out on Teddy. Why would I hold out on Teddy? Red Heart Norvis, Sexton has the potential to be a modern Penny Hardaway. Let's relax.
Yeah, chill out.
Let's relax.
Chill out.
Kessler, the potential to be the best cross between Gobert's defense and Ayton's offense. Why do we do this? Walker Kessler will never have the jump shot that DeAndre Ayton has. He's just not gonna. I love that he's got that little lefty-righty hook shot. I love it. I love that he is a guy that will develop game. Walker Kessler's never going. DeAndre Ayton, do you guys understand? DeAndre Ayton is automatic.
Yeah.
I mean, he is as Pau Gasol as there gets in today's NBA.
Yeah.
Walker Kessler's never going to be that guy. You don't develop that from nothing when you're in the league already. I think Walker Kessler is a double-double guy. He has potential to be, he's going to have nights where he's going to put up 25 points and 20 rebounds. That's going to happen in his career. But he's never going to be, 17 to 20 from the floor, and 10 of those are, elbow jumpers that are wet.
Yeah.
That's not what his game, in my opinion, scales or projects to. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think with Colin Sexton, Colin Sexton has the potential to be the sixth man of the year. But he's going to have to learn, is Colin Sexton ever a floor general? Is he ever the guy who just comes in and takes over games?
Eh.
I don't think so. That doesn't mean he can't score 20.
But I think floor general and taking over a game are two different things. I mean, floor general is just leading your team, keeping your team organized, making sure that guys are in the right spot.
See, no, when I say floor general, I mean a guy that comes in on the ball, absolutely directing traffic and setting guys up and setting himself up to get buckets. And if he doesn't project to be that guy in my mind. He is very much a bucket getter. His first and probably only instinct is to get buckets. He is there to get his. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but this Jazz team has that in Jordan Clarkson already.
Yeah.
So I think when you look at Colin Sexton, I agree with you. I think he's a sixth man. I don't think he is ever one of your 5 best players. I don't think he is ever in any way a starting point guard, because Zach Cat needs to be a distributor. Your starting point guard needs to be a facilitator, a distributor. And if he hits threes and scores for you, that's great. But if you look at the best triggers in offenses in the NBA, I mean, maybe Draymond Green's the best example of this. That's what Colin Sexton, that's what your starting point guard needs to be. A guy that brings the ball down and puts his other guys, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, in positions where they're automatic.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Lauri Markkanen in the basketball where I know he's comfortable and he is automatic. That's what you need your point guard to do, and that's not who Colin Sexton is. In my opinion, that's not who Colin Sexton is. So, you know, when you want automatic and you want guarantees, you go to Quick Quack Car Wash, who presents all of our Utah Jazz and NBA basketball talk here on the Monty Show. First of all, when you go to your nearest Quick Quack Car Wash, tell them you heard about it on the Monty Show. And then make sure you recognize the smile on the face of the employees. It was so nice, I think Saturday or maybe it was Monday. The last time I was at Quick Quack, I said to the guy, hey, man, I appreciate how friendly you guys are. And he's like, oh, it's a great day. How could I not? How could I not be happy? Like, because they're wearing a smile. They have on a button shirt, by the way, and a tie. They're real low key. They're smiling. I love that they use your name.
Yeah.
Like they put your license plate into their little iPad. I have a membership. They're like, hey, Monty, here's your free dashboard wipe. You know, and you're just chatting. Like the other week when we got back from Tahoe and I said to the guy, hey, man, I need a muddy duck. Oh, no problem. We got this.
You know.
And he's like, I'll make sure he sprays off the back real good because you could see the back of my car was just caked.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'll make sure. And it was perfect. And that's what I appreciate. In and out in 5 minutes or less at Quick Quack generally. Even when there's a line, it's 7 minutes maybe. But they're moving cars through. I love it. Quick Quack Car Wash presents Utah Jazz Talk on the Monty Show. Make sure you tell them you heard about it. From us, Mark Hales says that was a creepy smile by Jake as soon as you said Quick Quack Car Wash.
That was some of his best work, bro.
It's what I do. It's what I do. Can we get a link to that poster? Need new wallpaper. Just Twitter search.
Yeah.
Just Twitter search. Lauri Markkanen. You want to? I'll put the picture back up. You want to? I mean, this is the picture you're looking for, right here. You should. I say if. I know everyone here follows me on Twitter.
Obviously.
Obviously, I just retweeted it. There's 3 pictures in that group. And this is a good one too. Like this poster last night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's phenomenal, dude. Like this dunk by Lauri is unbelievable.
It's everything you want. I mean, I just think the guy has gained confidence and is able to do this type of thing now. I think that, you know, the problem comes in for someone like Zubats when Lauri is a 7-footer and you're not. Right, like when you're that 6'10" and 3/4 guy, and Lauri's clearly a 7-footer by a good bit, and he just has you. And I think that, you know, Lauri's the kind of player this town deserves. If I'm being honest, like
he's the hero
not,
we need.
Yeah, dude, like he's not ever gonna be like Kevin Durant level good, but the guy is a work hard guy. Wants to posterize people, understands he has that ability, and he went out and did it. And it's just a lot. It's a lot of fun, man.
Look at the look on his face, dude. I just can't get over that. Like you got, bro. Look at how even they are. Look at how even they are. And it's simply a power. That's all this is. It's a power move.
Yeah.
And he
What
just
best?
absolutely dominated Ivica Zubac.
Yeah.
What did Hot Rod always say? You got to love it. I mean, how do you not love it?
You gotta love it, bro.
How do you not love it last night? Like, absolutely unbelievable. Football 50 coming up in 8 minutes. Is any coach in the NFL right now worth $25 million? And wait until you hear what Rob Gronkowski said about Aaron Rodgers. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I mean, it's amazing. You know, Tanner says that was a creepy smile, Jake. Like I always say, Jake would be a great joker.
Well,
you know. Forrest G says, sending Ivica Zubac my prayers. Seriously, thoughts and prayers for Ivica Zubac
thoughts and
this morning.
prayers.
As his soul floats over Delta Center. Okay, I'll move on.
Yeah, someone, Tanner in our Instagram chat was talking about some place called the Viv. I mean, does anyone even know, like, I've never even heard of the Viv. I don't even know what that is.
The Viv.
So
Is that
I'm not
like
really sure what that is.
Is that a gentleman's club?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
You know, it is what it is. Let's see. Munir Abraya 1. Okay. Hi, Munir. Why do you guys think the East is superior to the West? Does Spider's trade has a hand in it, and how far can they go? Well, when you look at the Eastern Conference, I just think it's a better conference, and I don't know that we've been able to say that. Last year it was close.
I think that so I'm not ready to say. So right now today the East is a better conference, right?
Yes,
They're
it is.
healthier, they're playing better basketball. But if we're gonna have the conversation like even, everyone's healthy, the West is by far a better conference,
Oh,
top
stop.
to bottom. It is. What do you mean? Oh, stop! It is.
Well, if the Warriors were
it
healthy,
is.
that Clay would be dropping bombs, Steph would be in your mom. Like, it would be the Warriors. They're old, and they have not been. In the
But I
bottom
didn't even
line,
bring up the Warriors.
But the bottom line, but that's who we're all talking about in the West, right? That
No,
not being
I'm talking
healthy.
I'm talking about the Western Conference overall, top to bottom, is not healthy. Like, with all due respect to the Kings, you wouldn't be where you are if a team like the Suns were healthy. If, I don't know, the Lakers were healthy, if Anthony Davis could stay healthy.
At what point do we stop making excuses for teams that don't stay healthy? Because I'm not here for that. I'm tired.
Wow.
Frankly, I'm tired of hearing about, it's just unfortunate that Anthony Davis is hurt. Anthony Davis is always hurt. My guy Book is always hurt. Like, Klay Thompson has never been the same player since the knee and the Achilles. He's never been the same player. We need to stop saying if they could, because they don't. That's my biggest issue, and I'm not trying to be a dick about it. But if you look at the Western Conference, right? You look at this Western Conference, the if, ands, and buts, and bananas. Listen, man, Denver is healthy. Memphis is healthy. Sacramento is healthy. Is Sacramento an aberration? Yeah, maybe. Maybe they are. I don't know. I don't care. Sacramento's one of the best stories in the NBA. Turn the frickin' laser beam on. They're 25-18, right? New Orleans, when are they ever healthy? They're never healthy. They're 26-19. Dallas, the Jazz, Golden State. Golden State's a 500 basketball team because they're not healthy. And why aren't they healthy? Not because they suck or they're always hurt. They've played a ton of basketball. A ton. You look at the Phoenix Suns out of the playoffs right now at 21-24 because 9 out of their 10 guys are hurt. You look at the LA Lakers. LeBron James is having a sensational season. Anthony Davis has missed 21 games or something stupid like this now.
Uh-huh.
It's no longer a matter of if they were healthy. They're not. They have not been. For how long? Cam Johnson seems like he's always hurt. Now, he's supposed to make his debut tonight, by the way, for the Suns. But he's been hurt throughout his career. Okay, I feel better. Like I
Good.
exercised some demons. And
Excellent.
then there's the East. I think the East, those are the only teams. You're looking at the top of that standing right there. I think the Celtics, the Nets, and maybe the Bucks, depending on what's going on with Giannis's knee.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if the Bucks stay healthy, if Joe Ingles is healthy, if Brooke Lopez is healthy, if if Middleton's healthy, and if Giannis is healthy. They've played a ton of basketball. That's why they're getting hurt.
Yep.
Right? So I don't think that it can be injury-wise. Those teams right there, in my opinion, are the only ones that have a chance to win a championship. And maybe the Denver Nuggets at 32-13. But I'm not convinced that there is this whole laundry list of teams that have access to the championship in the NBA, because they don't. And to answer your question, Munir, you want to know why this conference is so good? Because Jason Tatum's the NBA MVP. Because Milwaukee has added really good depth. And again, Joe Ingles is part of that. Joel Embiid has played, and James Harden is playing wonderfully right now. I look at Brooklyn. They've come together, frankly. Did you guys see the report that now it is expected that Kyrie Irving will sign an extension with the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah.
And be back in Brooklyn next year.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland. That Donovan Mitchell is the only reason they're 10 over.
Right.
And by the way, he's hurt now. He missed last night's game.
Yeah.
Right? The Heat are not great. The Knicks should be better. The Hawks should be better. The Pacers are stunningly good. The Chicago Bulls are frustrating. And other than that, I think you look at the East, I think any of those top 6 teams are as good or could be slightly better than the top teams in the West, with the exception of the Denver Nuggets, who I think are the only elite team in the Western Conference.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I'm not going to sit here and be labeled an Eastern Conference guy, because I'm not. I think the Western Conference has been better. You look at, just a quick Google search. You look at NBA Finals champions, and the East and the West have gone back and forth the last probably 5 years. Last year it was Golden State. The year before that it was Milwaukee. In 2020, the Lakers won. Before that, it was the Raptor. Kawhi shot. Then they went to the finals. And then it was Golden State back to back. So the two conferences have been going back and forth. It's not like there's been one that's overall incredibly dominant.
Listen, the East is a better conference.